Oh, hello. Here is a talk about user adoption, merchant adoption, everyday use, and incorporating things into your life, taking a look at what it is that you already do, simplifying those things, and then finding ways of increasing use case and transactions and all that stuff. So, start at the start. Bitcoin Cash, peer-to-peer electronic cash, what the fuck? So it has been said that peer-to-peer cash should be spread by means of peer-to-peer communication or peer-to-peer exchange, which makes a lot of sense. Some people in the world think that one day a big giant company is going to come along and make 1,000,000,000 billion transactions and eliminate the individual, the role of the individual. Well, people who think that that's going to happen generally underestimate their own power and generally underestimate the power of a ripple effect, of the strength of creating a positive experience with another individual, individual to individual. In fact, large companies that are still successful are built on this premise, that the individuals within an organization are still highly successful and have a tight interpersonal relationship, regardless, and then the sum of those individual transactions builds up to a high quality group of people. Where people go wrong or start thinking get cloudy is that they think that the actions that they take today don't matter so much. I'm here to tell you that they do matter very much. And there's simple, fun, sort of games that you can play to incentivize others. For example, if you can get a merchant to accept a coin, that's a tremendously cool thing, because of part of the unseen effect is not necessarily all the purchases that future merchant will engage upon into the future, but the fact that the idea is, the seed is sown within the mind of the individual. And so it's the agreement essentially of that individual merchant to, that doing such a transaction or accepting Bitcoin Cash would be a good thing. It would be cool. It would be pro-survival. He would let Bitcoin Cash become a symbol of his own production. Okay? So that's the whole thing. And you can do this on a very small level to start. So you can, for example, okay, so I have a girlfriend and she makes me a coffee in the morning. So every morning, after I get my coffee, 7 a.m., all, sleepy, I go, okay, good, just send me your Bitcoin Cash, and I shoot her over $5. So you would think, well, $5, what's that going to do? It creates a situation where, sure, it's not a lot of money today, but over time it adds up, and I'm getting her to participate. She's getting familiar with how to transact. She gets to the point where I don't have to tell her what to do anymore, which is pretty cool. And you start to build these sort of little systems. Like with her son, when he comes over, I always find stuff for him to do. I want him to earn some money. So I pay him. And I haven't paid him in Bitcoin for a while, but I used to pay him in tips with Bitcoin. So he could take the trash out. And he gets $10, $5 Bitcoin. So just using everyday little things to incentivize little actions, it actually becomes a symbol of exchange. It becomes a symbol of production. A lot of times we don't think too much, like, well, my girlfriend brings me a coffee, that is production. That is her helping me, and I can help her back. So sometimes when we're starting out with this, we got to take a look at our own personal production, and we got to take a look and see, like, what is my what is my personal income like? Am I a productive person? Sometimes that's not the case, and so that's an individual thing that a person has to step up to, and he sort of has to look at it and say, like, well, if I was to share this with a merchant, and that merchant could look at my finances and look at my life, would I be setting a good example? Do I have a positive attitude that adds value? All those things, man. So I was just sort of thinking about this as we got to meet up next week. Definitely want to see you there. Yeah, we got a new merchant in Pasadena. That's super cool. I love this place. I literally go there for smoothies like whenever I can. So for me, I like the owner. Like the best shops to onboard is where the owner is working there. That's a guy who really cares about his business. He might have some interest in increasing his business, right? Because we can send him all kinds of, business or whatever. And what I do is, since I have a window cleaning company, I use that as an incentive, because I'm driving around town all the time. I want stores where I can run in there and buy stuff, buy my lunch, because I'm eating on the run all the time. So yeah, anyway, I literally say to this guy, I go, bro, I'm going to clean your windows for you, okay? That's, $75 value, whatever, $50 value, $100 value. I'm just going to take care of that for you. And whenever you want it done, just let me know. And in exchange, you let me and my friends, I'm going to give you business, right? I'm going to bring down, once a month, once every couple months, we'll hold a little meetup here. We'll bring you in a bunch of people. So these are cool ways to incentivize transactions. So I'd love to hear your ideas. Another cool one was where whenever you're going for dinner, even if that restaurant doesn't accept Bitcoin, have one person pay and then cover the full bill, and then you can reciprocate right back to that person. Like one person pays with a credit card, and then you cover that person right back with Bitcoin. It's just getting into it's turning every real material actions, real survival everyday things, and allowing that Bitcoin to be a symbol for those things. Just like a unit of account, like with the American dollar, a lot of people actually measure their production based on how many U.S. Federal Reserve notes or whatever that they can get in a day, and it becomes almost automatic. But there was a time when this was not automatic. So think about it, man. Think about it. You can try sending your gardener a tip, or just if you get in a conversation with someone, you can offer just to send it. It matters. That's how this grows. It's peer-to-peer, electronic cash, and it should be grown peer-to-peer. That's how it grew in the first place, and then Bitcoin Cash forked off. The business-to-business will come later. Enterprise-to-enterprise may or may not come, depending on how many strong individuals we have who are ethical, productive, happy, and, really setting an example. Tell me any good ideas that you have, and looking forward. The sun's starting to go down here, so time to end off.